You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. The Secretary General of the United Nations for Political Affairs expresses his gratitude towards His Majesty the Sultan and the Sultanate for its efforts in helping the UN mission in Yemen. The Supreme Committee dealing with COVID-19 developments decides to extend the lockdown of the Governorate of Muscat. The COVID-19 Supreme Committee decides to end the scholastic year on Thursday, the 7th of May 2020. And the Ministry of Health announces 98 new confirmed COVID-19 cases. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The Supreme Committee on COVID-19 held today a meeting to follow up with the developments of the pandemic, the preventive measures and means to curb its spread and deal with its impacts. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal al-Busaidi, Minister of Interior, and was attended by all members. Due to the spread of the pandemic in some locations and to protect the community members from the pandemic, the Supreme Committee decided to extend the lockdown of Muscat Governorate until 10 p.m. Friday, 29th of May 2020. The committee decided to end the scholastic year for all students at all public and private schools, provided that Thursday, May 7th, 2020 will be the last school day, and decided as well to delegate the Ministry of Education to take appropriate procedures to approve the students' grades, their retention and promotion from grade 1 to 12th and their equivalents. The COVID-19 Supreme Committee calls upon everyone to observe preventive methods, especially social distancing, and avoid any form of gathering. May Allah protect everyone from any harm. The Ministry of Health announced 98 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, which brings the total number registered in the Sultanate to 2,735, including 12 deaths. The Ministry of Health stresses that 858 cases have been recovered.
Within the efforts to limit the spread of COVID-19, the Ministry advises all citizens and residents to keep on washing hands with water and soap. Avoid touching the face, nose, mouth and eyes. Follow hygienic habits when coughing and sneezing. Adhere strictly to social distancing instructions. Stay at home and not to go out unless absolutely necessary. Adhering to isolation and social distancing will prevent you, your family and the community from COVID-19. Stay safe.
The Research Council announced that it has received 442 research proposals within its research program on coronavirus. The research proposals focused on the medical, public health and other non-medical fields. The Council will choose the best projects, proposals and finance them. The projects will enter the implementation strategy stage immediately. It is expected that the work on these projects will be completed within a period from 3 to 12 months. The Directorate General of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources at Governorate of North Batna continue to closely monitor commercial and industrial stores' observance to COVID-19 preventive measures as the ban on commercial and industrial activities are slowly being lifted. The ban aimed at minimizing the spread of the pandemic and reducing physical interaction between customers and companies. Companies and stores at Governorate of North Batna responded well to health and preventive guidelines while resuming their businesses. Despite that the ban on some commercial and industrial activities has been lifted, the authorities will continue to closely monitor the situation to make the appropriate decisions, favoring the interest of people and their health above anything else. The Secretary General of the United Nations for Political Affairs expresses his gratitude towards His Majesty the Sultan and the Sultanate for its efforts in helping the UN mission in Yemen. It said that the Sultanate's efforts will be appreciated in the upcoming period. The Sultanate also facilitated the coming of some members of the mission with a ship in Salalah, after which they were evacuated through a plane to their respective destinations. The Ministry of Technology and Communications signed a memorandum of understanding with Huawei Company in order to support the efforts of improving information and communication technology sector in the Sultanate. The memorandum aims to boost cooperation in order to launch and promote smartphones applications which are developed by trainees in SAS Center. It as well aims to develop skills and national capabilities in the fields of information and communications technology sector through the on-job specialized training program, as well as cooperation between both sides in innovation and development. According to the memorandum, Huawei will support the activities of SAS Center to develop smartphone applications through providing devices to test these applications. South Korea today reported its lowest daily increase in coronavirus cases since February 18th as the country restarts professional sports and prepares to reopen schools. The country reported 3 new infections and 2 more virus-related deaths, bringing the total to 10,804 cases and 254 fatalities. After reporting around 500 new cases daily in early March, infections have slowed over the past month, tightened border controls and waning transmissions in the worst-hit city of Daegu, which reported 0 new cases today. Officials have relaxed social distancing guidelines and decided to reopen schools in phased steps, starting with high school seniors on May 13. Russia cemented its place as the European country reporting the highest number of new cases of coronavirus infections today, as its cases totaled or passed 155,000. Yevgeny Merkrin, chief designer at Energia, Russia's top producer of spacecraft, has died from the coronavirus, becoming one of the infection's highest profile victims in the country. He was 64. Moscow's sprawling metro system began selling masks, and a metro official said wearing masks underground may soon become compulsory. Several vending machines installed at the Russian capital metro stations began offering masks and gloves. Moscow has emerged as the epicenter of the pandemic in Russia, with around half of the total coronavirus cases. The authorities have carried out more than 4 million coronavirus tests, and Russia's fatality rate has remained low compared to other countries hit badly by the pandemic, including Spain, Italy, and the United States. Russia has 1,451 total deaths after reporting 95 new fatalities over the last 24 hours. Britain begins post-Brexit trade talks with the United States today, with 100 negotiators on each side joining via video conference. Many in Prime Minister Boris Johnson's Conservative government hope for a free trade agreement with Washington as one of the biggest benefits of leaving the European Union. The first round of talks would last 2 weeks and cover issues such as goods and services, trade, digital trade, investment, and how to support small businesses. The U.S. Ambassador to Britain, Woody Johnson, said the deal could jumpstart the economy after they conquer coronavirus, a message repeated by British officials. Residents of the Sadr city area of Baghdad received food handouts today to help them get through the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. The donations were made by affluent Iraqis trying to help vulnerable families during the fasting month. Many residents of the impoverished Sadr city are either unemployed or depend on daily income. This year, Ramadan comes as the world grapples with the coronavirus pandemic, which has affected the livelihoods of many around the world. Iraqi authorities scaled back the 24-hour curfew imposed to contain the virus in a move to balance the restrictions for the month of Ramadan. Iraq has reported at least 2,346 confirmed virus cases, including 98 deaths. Hong Kong today displayed the reusable masks it will issue to every citizen with social distancing measures set to be lifted in 2 weeks. The masks are made with a special fabric using copper, altogether 6 layers including a filter, and can be washed 60 times in just soap and water before replacing the filter. All Hong Kong residents will receive a locally developed reusable mask, and each household will also receive a packet of 10 disposable masks. Schools and homes for the disabled and vulnerable populations will also receive face masks from the government. This new reusable face mask plan is part of a larger supply of face masks organized by the Hong Kong government. Hong Kong has seen no local transmissions of the coronavirus for 16 consecutive days, and its total COVID-19 cases stand at just over 1,000, with 4 reported deaths. 10-month-old Adomas Benka Uskas became a world's youngest champion as he soundly defeated all of his youthful opponents of both sexes in the annual Baby Race Championship in Vilnius, Lithuania. With style and determination, young Adomas outpaced 20 other competitors in qualifying heats before he finished first in the final 5-meter sprint. His proud parents were delighted to go home with first prize and ample supply of nappies. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Secretary General of the United Nations for Political Affairs expresses his gratitude towards His Majesty the Sultan and the Sultanate for its efforts in helping the UN mission in Yemen. The Supreme Committee dealing with COVID-19 developments decides to extend the lockdown of the Governorate of Muscat. The COVID-19 Supreme Committee decides to end the scholastic year on Thursday, the 7th of May 2020. And the Ministry of Health announces 98 new confirmed COVID-19 cases. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.